Welcome to Friday Fails, where we break down epic motocross crashes to help you avoid them. Today we have 7 crashes that we're breaking down, and some of these could have been easily avoided with just a simple fix. These folks hit harder than Will Smith at the Academy Awards. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. OMG. The guy, I wish I could read his number to call him extra out. He's literally pointing over as the guy is going by and landing on the fella's bike. Dude. Come on, get on the jump face and wave your hands like a crazy person. We have this in every riders meeting at every camp we do. You cannot sit on the landing of a jump. If you crash on the landing of a jump, you need to get out of there if you are conscious. I don't care if your legs are broken, crawl off. Your life depends on it. And then don't be the dummy that's like, hey, checking on the guy, also on the landing of the jump. No disrespect, guy, but there's not a lot of brain in that white helmet. All right, we got green machine, smackaroo to smackaroo. Let's back it up. You can see that he's a little lean to the inside right here when he's coming up the jump face, lean to the inside, and I don't know what the jump face looks like, but you can kind of see the back end move out on him right there. And this could be a subtle imbalance in his feet. This could be that the jump face is soft and he's just losing a little traction. It could be many things. When you're just jumping that little bit sideways, it's actually pretty natural. The problem is that he cased the jump that sideways, so his timing is off. So if you don't know how to case a jump or absorb energy, the bike's going to kick back to the other direction. And you can see that when he cased here, he completely rolled in his back. Right? So what that tells me is that all the energy got up to his arms. You can see that big C in his back right there. You do not want to look like that when you case a jump. You want to go down and look like an accordion. What I mean is you want to hinge at your hips, and you want to flat back so you can absorb that energy and lessen the kick. In this case, back to his right, which then inevitably took him to the ground. Holy smokes! Basically, when he told the old lady, you can see her in there in the old Ford Ranger. That's the exact same truck I had, my first one. What I never did was tell the old lady to back it up in between the jump and unknowingly be able to, I mean, he wasn't even close to the landing, right? He needed another 15 feet to be the sweet spot down here. So, I mean, the mistake is being overconfident. This one is like, I got it, pull the truck up so we can get the shot. And then, I don't got it. And then again, it's just another matter of can you absorb energy? He actually landed front tire first here, which I would suggest. But if you can't take impact and you're not strong, you're gonna get exploded off the bike, and this is a great example of that. We teach in our classes how to get in the proper position, but more importantly that you need to be extremely strong in that proper position and be able to take force. Here he couldn't, here he crashed in front of the old lady. Holy smokes, unbelievable. To me, it seems as if he was jumping this jump from off the track. He definitely was. He was coming in and trying to jump the jump from off the track. He jumped pretty level here. I even like that his head stayed forward. I'd like those knees to be back in this scenario, especially off the jump face, so you can make sure he maintains traction a little better. But this is where it all went wrong. Look how bent his knees are, guys. When he hits this landing, if you're starting from a compromising position, right, and what I mean by that is think about putting 400 pounds on your back and then doing that with your legs halfway bent already. Now, I'm not saying lock your legs out, but you need to start from the top of the leg stroke, if you will, so you can absorb energy. I would have cased this a little bit more front tire first if I were he and been a little bit more neutral. This is a savable case. His foot slips off here. So when the foot slips off, obviously the seat's gonna give you the old buckaroo, which is what happened here. And then once the front tire hit, he was just too far over the front to absorb that force and stay on the thing. So pretty common case mistake here. I would say get the knees back off the jump face. I would say be a little more firm, squeezing the bike with the knees and a little more front tire first on that landing. Bar, kick to the inside, kick to the inside. Whoo! That crash is worse than being stuck behind a Prius in the fast lane. All right, so once he comes off this roller here, I think it's pretty important for you guys to notice the bike kicks back to the inside. That's just because he's heavily weighting the inside, right? So his body's stacked on top of. If you're going to weight the inside, you need to get your body in line with the handlebars, and then you need to immediately turn the bars to your inside when you go off the jump to see if you can get that back end to move out a little bit. Now, what happened here is he landed sideways, and then it threw all of his weight to the inside of the bike. You can see his head's even inside of the handlebars here. Legs are straight, and then he's kicked hard again. Honestly, it could have been a lot worse. He has decent form and going pretty fast. I would look into the suspension a little bit here and make sure that my rebound isn't too tight. I'm not going to say a whole lot about his form other than maybe he was just going a little bit too fast and a gear too high, so the bike revved out and he couldn't save it. But when you lean to the inside, you almost have to expect the wheel to come back to the inside. You're loading and compressing the shock, and it's got to unload, right? So if it's not forced to unload, pushing the rear tire out, it's going to unload to the inside. It's a very common mistake. Very common mistake. Yeah, two-stroke. There's brownie points. Ouch, was that Jeremy McGrath in 1997? Goodness gracious. Okay, so he just lost the rear end here. We call it the Ronnie Mac slide. And it kicked back. You know, not a lot we could do here other than, hey, we're on a lean. We're going up a hill. We know the back tire is about to release. Maybe we should be on less of a lean and or on less of the throttle. Pretty simple fix there, guys. We're moving on. In the corner, going fast, jumping jumps on his... Oh my goodness, he forgot. I think he might have forgot where he was. That crash is worse than a bad tattoo you can't hide at the family reunion. Or it looked like to me when he was coming up to it, he was thinking about jumping both of those, which I think if he would have held on the gas, he would have done probably pretty fine. And then there's an x-ray picture, which, heck, no one wants to be in that situation. Yeah, I think here's what I got from this, guys. You either commit or you slow down before the jump. We work with people all the time at our camps on braking. A lot of times people can hit the gas better than they can brake, and that is a problem. I mean, that is a major problem. And I'm assuming this guy's a pretty decent rider and he just kind of had what I like to call a brain fart. We've all had them, right? So anyways, I don't really think there's much that he could have done to save this other than just not have jumped that far.
Baby, stand up and pin it! Go, stand up! Yeah!
When you got Evel Knievel for your dad coaching you through your first jump here, you're destined to fail. I want you guys just to listen to this one more time.
Baby, stand up and pin it! Go, stand up! Yeah!
That's how the kid felt. He's like, what, Dad? What? Ah, I'm in the air. The real lesson here, Dad, it's already nerve-wracking to ride a dirt bike. It's already very technical and hard. In fact, most people don't spend enough time on that part of it. Yelling at your kid while they're going up a jump, especially when it looks like maybe it's new to him or her, is just making the anxiety higher, right? And he just rode off the track here and had a little fall. These kids bounce and roll pretty good, but you want to give them an environment that they can think about what they're doing, because heck, their little brains can't hardly think anyway. And so when you steal the rest of that thought, you got kind of a mess on your hands. I'm sure the guy meant well, and many dads do, but that's what I would change in that scenario. This dude's coming in hotter than Britney Spears in 1990. Ouch! Oh, okay, well, you know what he did wrong here? Everything. But hold on, let's back it up here. Oh, wow, he really looped her out, huh? You know what I've seen is always a problem? If you're coming up to a jump and it has carpet on it, and you don't jump on carpet very often, don't jump the jump. We get a lot of carpet fails. Okay, comes up the jump face here. It looks like he's kind of pulling with the handlebars because his hips get back behind the center line, which is the foot pegs. Then he pushes with his feet here. If you notice a lot of pros, because they're so far off the front end, their feet kind of float off the foot pegs, and they'll even adjust the bike by hooking their heels into the number plates. That's because they're evenly weighted going off the jump face, and or they're hooking they get a little kick in their feet and they hook their feet back in and they almost adjust the bike with their heels. It's kind of a thing that I've been studying as of recent that people do. If you're going and you're putting pressure to the pegs in the air, you push the back end away from you. Okay, so keep that in mind. Your feet should feel light in the air, right? And your head should be over the front. That means you're moving with the object in the correct way. It's new talk. This is new talk. I bet you guys haven't heard that on the internet before. All right, then it just purely loops out, right? He doesn't have the strength to hold on to the thing, but he landed in the sand. He's fine. Look, he's fine, guys. His girlfriend's probably nervous to go riding with him now with the video camera, but he's fine, folks. Guys, last fail, and it's the biggest one, and it's you not coming to our motocross clinics. Bye.